This is Rockin' with Jam Man. It was Paul from Saliva. So how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Feeling good. Ready to get back out and do some shows.
That's
Excited.
that's great to hear. Congratulations on the 20th anniversary. Every 6 seconds.
It's pretty cool, man. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but the time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Yeah, that's actually really true though. It's kind of like you can play one game of hide and seek, and you can just look right behind you, and you can the guy tags you, and it's already tomorrow. It's kind
That's
of
it.
yeah, so it's kind of fantastic to me. What is it like recording some tracks for the EP every 20 years with Bobby?
It was very fun. We actually the cool thing is some of the guys are in Florida and I'm in Houston, Texas. So I did all my drum tracks here and then sent them up to Florida and they did their parts there. It was fun. It was fun. Then of course we got together and did the video for After Me. That's going to be coming out soon.
Did it bring up any old memories when you were recording those songs? Did it bring any old memories back?
I mean, even when we just play those songs on stage, it kind of brings old memories back. And you got to keep in mind, we've been playing all of those songs for close to 20 years now, too. So, but yeah, it did kind of make me reminisce on when we were actually in the studio recording those songs for the first time and how much fun that was and how much time has passed since then, you know.
Did you put on a new spin on them?
Um, Realistically, they're pretty close to the original. It's just obviously with Bobby singing instead of Josie, then there's going to be natural differences. But we intentionally wanted to get them at least really close.
And you're doing a documentary as well about the band's past 20 years?
Yeah, it's actually about a 19, almost a 20-minute documentary that we filmed while we were doing the recording process for the every 20 years thing as well. It's really cool. It's got some really funny stories about when we were in the studio recording this, originally. So it's a really good watch. I think people are going to enjoy it.
So is this going to be in depth? Is this going to be in depth?
You mean the documentary?
Yes, yes.
It's actually really only hones in on just the recording and the process of the first record. It's not like career spanning, you know what I mean? So maybe one day in the future there will be like a full documentary, but for now this one's just focusing on the 20th anniversary of every 6 seconds.
That's crazy. That has to have been 20 years. When you first started, did you ever think you would get this famous and have your songs played by millions of people?
Well, I mean, certainly when myself and the rest of the guys were younger, that we definitely hoped for that. You know what I mean? But it still, at the end of the day, it is like having a dream come true. So, um, like I said, we hoped it would happen, and then we were very fortunate that it did. So we're very blessed for that.
Do you remember the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
I vaguely do. Yes, I was actually working back in the day. When we first, even when we up till we got first got signed, I did heating and air conditioning, and I ran like duct work in people's hot attics and cold attics in the wintertime. But I remember I was on a lunch break or something, and I went and got some fast food or something, and I was sitting at a light headed back to the job site, and and a car pulled up, and I heard him cranking one of our songs, and it was pretty. It was pretty. I was like, "Whoa, it's pretty cool." There it
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
yeah, radical man. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Do you think you can be on a classic rock station now because it's been 20 years?
I think so, man. Unfortunately, but actually, fortunately, because I remember, even when I was younger, classic rock, the stuff that my parents listened to, the classic rock stuff was really cool. So it's kind of an honor to be to have lasted long enough to be in the classic rock category. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Hall of Fame because like
Yeah.
and yeah,
For it's one of the steps toward there, toward the Hall of Fame, right?
it's kind of like the Hall of Fame like
Then yeah,
like yeah. I bet that's insane to think about putting on the oldies station and hearing your band and your peers you used to tour with.
Yeah, it is pretty. It's still pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. It's still there's still something a little bit of coolness about it every time you hear one of your songs come on the radio.
If you could go back 20 years, what advice would you give yourself?
Oh man, pay more attention. Especially in like the first, say, 7 years of so of after we got a record deal, there was so much stuff happening. We were just going and just blindly having fun with it, which was great. But I wish I'd have paid a little more attention. You know what I mean, to everything that was going on. It was still fun either way. So,
Would you do anything different?
um, not really a whole bunch. Not anything that would make any major difference, because I think that if you go back and change one little thing, then it could have changed the whole course of everything. You know what I mean? Everything just needed to happen the way it happened.
That's kind of the thing in time travel movies. They do one thing
Yeah,
and they could create the
that's it. Create a paradox or something.
yeah. So it's kind of like yeah. So what is it like making music during the pandemic?
Um, it's cool. I mean, it gives you something to do, but usually, bands that tour a lot, they don't have near as much time to sit down and write. You got to write in segments because you're like in between tours. But it was actually kind of cool for a change to have a long period of time to just pretty much just focus on writing songs. So I think some good stuff's going to come out of it.
How are you adapting to releasing music without being able to tour to back it up? Do you like it or do you think it's just aggravating?
How do you do what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
How are you adapting to releasing music without being able to tour to back it up? Do you like it or is it aggravating?
Um, you know what? This is our first release since the pandemic. And yes, it's aggravating to release music without being able to tour. But fortunately, this new stuff's about to come out, even though it's remakes of the old stuff. And then we have a bunch of tour dates immediately following that. So we've been fortunate enough to you know have have shows to back up the releases with. But definitely releasing music without being able to tour is never really a good thing.
I know some states like Texas and Mississippi are open out fully. Do you feel comfortable enough to start playing shows where you can right now?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to be a little safe. That's all.
That's it. You just got to use common sense and a good personal hygiene, and you'd be all right, I think.
Don't listen to the haters because a lot of people are going to be like, "How dare you?"
Oh well, you know what? I went and got the vaccine shot, and I'm doing my part. But I understand both sides of it. But at the same time, nobody is forcing anybody to go to a concert right now either. You know what I'm saying? So I understand both sides, and I completely respect both sides. But at the same time, if there was something that I didn't feel comfortable going to, you know what I mean, I would simply not go to that. You know what I'm saying? But But I just think as long as everybody goes and does their part to be safe and keep other people safe, should be okay.
It has to be disappointing having an anniversary with not to tour. That has to be just like ah.
Yeah, well, like I said, we're fortunate to like starting at the end of this month, we've got a pretty solid steady stream of shows at least every weekend for quite a few months, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like touring used to be where you just take off for a month, but it's some at least we're doing shows.
Click Click Boom has been playing millions and millions of times all over the world. Is that kind of cool to you? Is that really like an achievement to you?
Very cool. And what's even cooler than that is whenever we are at shows and we play it live, it's always, close to the last song anyway. And it's still cool to have people still react very positively to that. When we kick into that song, you can hear the crowd kind of uplift. So it's still pretty cool after 20 some odd years. Yeah.
You ever get tired of playing it?
Not, I mean, not really. If you stay on the road too long, you kind of get burned out temporarily. So you're kind of just tired of playing anything. But then, when you take a little break, it's just like anything else. So it's not that necessarily I get tired of playing that song, but sometimes if you tour for too long straight, it'll kind of wear yourself thin. I still look at it like I'm fortunate enough to still be playing that song 20 years later. So
Can you just live off the royalties from that song?
Um, in this day and age, it's hard. Musicians, especially touring musicians, you got to have your royalties, show money, merch money. It takes a combination of several factors to make a decent living in music these days.
Out of all the movies, games, and sporting events, what is the favorite thing to hear on your music on?
I always liked it when I would see it on WWE wrestling. You know what I mean? That was kind of one of my favorite things. I get excited, but also in Talladega Nights, in the middle, in the big race scene in Talladega Nights, they play "Click Click Boom." That's pretty cool to see too.
Yeah, it's like it's also like an exciting song. It gets you kind of pumped up. It's like click, click, boom.
Yeah, a lot of military people love that song, and a lot of people say that it's on their like Spotify workout. They like to work out to that song.
Was there any that you wish on your music was not on?
Not right off the top of my head. Um, I don't think I've ever ran into that situation.
Have you ever been somewhere and have them play your songs to get the crowd pumped up?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has to like it's kind of like click, click, boom, and then it just goes to like click, click, boom. So
Yeah.
it gets them a little like it
Yeah.
gets them a little bit, but then it just creates the entire mosh.
Gets them charged up. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you like that's me? That's my band.
Maybe in my head, I don't really say it out loud.
Click Click Boom is what, 20 years old? I can really easily see myself playing this for my kids in 20 years. Easy.
That's cool. It's
Yeah.
pretty timeless. That's called being timeless. I like that. There's a lot of good songs that are timeless. It's pretty cool to have something that powerful.
Do you think any bands that are out right now are they making songs with that kind of staying power?
Yeah, of course. I think there's a lot of bands that are doing songs all the time with that same power. Maybe not the same sound. They're doing their own thing, but that has that same impact on people. Sure.
Can you name a recent song that you think will be a hit for years to come?
Oh man, there's a bunch. Um, there's a bunch, man. There's too many to even think of. Man, that's a hard question for me to answer, man.
Are you worried that some whiny millennial might hear Click Click Boom and try to get it canceled without even listening to the song? What's it about?
I'm not really worried about that. The song is actually not about anything violent. It's actually about being a kid and wanting to blow up in music. Like, you know what I'm saying? To blow up and to be in a successful, to be a star or whatnot. But yeah, we're not really worried about the whole cancel culture thing, man, because uh, although we respect everybody's entitled to their own opinion and their own way of thinking, but I think our fans at this point are pretty set in and they're not really going to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to be the next Pepe Lee Pew.
Pepe Le Pew, yeah.
Pepe Le
Nope, I don't
Pew.
want to be that for sure.
No, definitely not. No. When touring starts back, where is your focus going to be?
Where? Everywhere,
Every
anywhere that'll have us. And I think we're already even talking about going back over to Europe in January of next year. So that'll be cool.
That's amazing, man. Good for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Do you think fans will appreciate concerts more when they start back up again?
I certainly do. I think that this break from live music will end up being a good thing for music. It got let everybody push the reset button and realize how much they actually enjoy going to see live music. So I think everybody's hungry for it. I think it's going to be great.
Any chance of the new metal rival tour getting going forward?
I've heard talk of them rescheduling the whole tour, but I think it wouldn't be until probably 2022.
Yeah, that's yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's kid because coronavirus is still kind of here. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
what is your favorite memory from playing the show?
Being on tour with Kiss and Aerosmith, I remember that was really cool. Having them come in our dressing room and just hang out during the day and make small talk with us. Some of the guys, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that has to be like that has to be cool. Just chilling with them, like, hey, oh yeah,
Yeah,
come on, we gotta go today. It just has to be like
yeah, it
amazing.
was pretty awesome, man.
I really hope I can be like that because I'm taking guitar lessons and drum.
Yeah, man, just all you got to do is stick to it. You get out of it what you put in it, man. You just stay the course.
Thank you. What is your worst memory from playing the show?
My worth,
Yeah, worst, worst.
uh, self worth. That's it.
Self worth. I seen Bobby. Worst memory. I said worst.
Oh, worst. I thought you said worth. I was like self worth. Worst memory. I don't know, man. I think I probably. I don't know, man. I think I probably would have either have forgotten that by now, or I had so many good memories that there was really no energy for the bad ones.
I seen Bobby worked out with his side project during the pandemic to make new music. Did you guys write any new Saliva songs?
Um, we actually were just focusing on doing these remakes of for the every 20 years, every 6 seconds, 20th anniversary for the most part. I'm sure we all wrote individually, but we haven't like congealed ideas yet for new Saliva songs.
What is next for you?
What is what?
What is next for you?
Just to go on on tour and promote this 20th anniversary of every 6 seconds thing. That's pretty much it, man.
How do all my followers start following you?
Well, actually, I mean, you can go to facebook.com/saliva and follow the band Saliva that way. Pretty easy.
How do my followers start following you? Oh, sorry, wrong question. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
And they can get all the new music there, and they can find about your shows and stuff.
They can definitely find out about all the shows and get links to all the new stuff. We actually have a live stream coming up in 2 days from Las Vegas that you can also purchase admission to on the Facebook Saliva Facebook page.
That's awesome, man. I know you manage a bunch of bands. Did you find it easier because you know the instant and outfits of the business?
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things I did kind of pay attention to my whole career was kind of like more of like the business side of stuff. So yes, that's why I started a management company because I want to help um, younger bands try to achieve what I got to achieve. I want to help somebody else do that and make it easier for them on the path. It's definitely have a lot of connections over 20 years, so it makes it a lot easier that way. And also, I have my management company is called Paul Crosby Management, and I have a Facebook page for that too. It's just www.facebook.com/Paul Crosby Management. Your followers could also follow me kind of personally on that page.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Do you have any advice for new bands? Fresh new bands?
Stick to it and try to have influences from other artists, but try not to copy them. Try to create your own style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's kind of like through every single like generation, there's always been a new kind of style. So
Yeah.
like
Try to be the next Kurt Cobain. That's my advice.
All right, I'll try my best. Are you looking for my clients? If so, how do they get a hold of you? How do they get a hold of you?
They could go to the Paul Crosby Facebook.com/Paul Crosby management page. They can shoot me a message on that page, and then I can correspond with them on that page, and then they could submit demos and all that stuff.
Hook me up with your bands, and they can get be on my show, please.
Oh, that's definitely going to happen, buddy. I promise you that.
Thank you, man. Do you guys have a lot of merch? So do you guys have a lot?
Yeah, we have quite a few different items.
If
Yeah.
you want to hook a brother up, so I do unboxing, so could you kind of please? Pretty please?
Sure, man. Just shoot me an email over with your size, and I'll send you over a little care package.
Thank you, man. Well, thank you for being on my show, man. I hope the next time we talk is at the backstage at one of your shows, man. You are
Absolutely.
like
If
thank
we're gonna be anywhere near you at all, make just email me and I'll make sure I put you on the guest list and we can hang out.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's been an honor. Thank you, man. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Peace.